Let me give the disclaimers before we jump into this guy. This is not from Apple. This is not sort of leak that came out of Apple's factory. This is just built based on the renders and schematics. So it's potentially a look at what the iPhone 6 could look like. Just want to get that totally out of the way. We'll bring in other devices for comparison, but I want to run through this real quickly. So first, you'll notice pretty chunky bezels on the side. I wouldn't assume that when the phone gets released, the bezels are going to look like this at all. So we've got the gold model here. You can see it's got that sort of 5S gold ring around the home button. So home button is going to stay. Around the left-hand side of the device, you've got the volume up and down that we've seen, and of course your profile switch, one of my favorite features of iPhones. On the right-hand side, something new. So nano SIM tray, it's been there before. This is where your power and lock button is going to be removed from the top, presumably because the phone's bigger, it's harder to get your finger at the top. So that is now going to live on the right-hand side. On the bottom, things are going to look pretty similar to what we've seen before. You got your lightning connector, your 3.5mm headset jack, and speakers, which clearly not all cut out. And things get a little bit different here on the back. So the first thing you notice that's missing, and I noticed this right away, dual LED flash. I'm hoping that's just an omission on this dummy unit, and that will of course make it to the production. It'd be weird to have it go away unless there's some crazy single bulb flash that can do awesome things. Here's the camera module. Presumably it's going to be upgraded to about a 16 megapixel unit, but if you can see, it's got a bit of a raise to it. It doesn't sit flush with the model itself. Hopefully, again, that's a peculiarity of this device that I've got in front of me, but we have heard rumors that this is indeed going to be the case with the production model, so I'm hopeful that's not going to happen. So the big story here, aside from the design, and design sort of looks reminiscent, I think, of an HTC One M8 with the bands. There'll be the Apple logo and such in the middle, but this is going to be the look of the iPhone 6. We got the gold one here as well. So the screen, it is bigger now, 4.7 inches diagonal, and it's also getting an upgrade in the pixel department. If the rumors hold true, you'll be looking at 960 by 1704, meaning it's going to have a 416 ppi. If the 5.5-inch one does come, it should have the same resolution. It'll just lower the ppi down to about 356. We take a quick break from checking out this iPhone 6 to thank our friends at Gamefly. You know I love video games, and Gamefly is the best place to get them. They are the largest online video game rental service and offers you a choice from over 7,000 new and classic titles, pretty much from every single console and handheld available. Plans start at just $15.95 a month, and Gamefly members can rent up to 1 to 4 games at any time and keep them for as long as you want. No late fees, no due dates, and shipping is always zilch. It's free. And once you're done playing a game, just send it back. Gamefly is going to kick you out the next available game on your list. If you happen to really like that game you're playing, let's say you're playing like Marvel Lego, simply click Keep It on the Gamefly website. The game is yours, discounted price, and they're even going to mail you the case and manuals free of charge. TechnoBuffalo fans get a free 15-day trial and then go to gamefly.com/TechnoBuffalo. So free 15 days. You can play a lot of games in 15 days. Go to gamefly.com/TechnoBuffalo. Now get playing. For comparison, here is an iPhone 5S, and you can really see the difference here in size. This is 640 by 1136 with 326 ppi. So if the resolutions hold with the next generation models, even the 5.5-inch will have a higher ppi than what we've got on the iPhone 5. So that 960 by 1704 should mean all the apps and applications should just sort of grow. I'm not going to be able to see any extra rows or columns. It'll just be bigger. I think a lot of people might want to have. And Apple presumably could change that, and they could sort of shrink things down a little bit and give you a whole extra row of icons. They could open up APIs for developers to be able to show more on the screen. But as it stands right now, I'd wager, at least on launch, that things are just going to be a little bit larger on the iPhone 6. It doesn't have the weight that it's going to ship with. We don't know anything about battery and that kind of stuff. Presumably it'll be an A8 chip. Probably have more RAM, 64-bit, we know. I don't imagine they're going to go to 128. But it feels really nice in the hand. And this is sort of a screen size that's becoming more commonplace with phones. The iPhone 5S, which in itself was a bigger screen than we saw on the iPhone 4 and the 4S, still now is paltry by comparison to what Android's offering and what Windows Phone is offering. So here are the two side by side. You can sort of see the difference there. This is noticeably thinner as well than the iPhone 5S. You can sort of see that if I make a phone sandwich. You can see how thin this really is. You can especially see the thinness if I bring in an iPhone 5C. You can see how thin both of those look. And we'll sort of show, or presumably it'll be the whole family tree right out here. It's a really nice looking device. I think it's obviously going to be a big seller for Apple. I think a lot of people left iOS to go to Android because they wanted a bigger screen. So this hopefully will get people back, and then that 5.5-inch phone should continue the migration. At least that's Apple's hope. But people left, went to Android. They might find that they've liked it, enjoyed it, have no reason to leave. So it should be interesting to see what this larger screen actually does, and how Apple sort of rectifies now they've got diversified screen sizes. Is there going to be fragmentation? Is there not? Is it going to be the same experience, just bigger? Really curious what they're going to do with that. Overall, though, I like the look of it. It certainly is a evolutionary design, nothing revolutionary, but a bigger screen and a revamped iOS 8, which hopefully will bring us a slew of new features. Should be enough to keep Apple competitive and excel into 2014 and then into the later part of 2015. So what do you guys think of this? Is it something that you would like to see, not want to see? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Please leave it all in the comments down below. If you want to see more, you want to see coverage versus other devices, HTC One, Galaxy S5s, let us know as well. We'll do a whole bunch of galleries on those as well. Until next time, I am John Wrench from Techno Buffalo. Of course, check us out at technobuffalo.com for the latest and greatest tech news. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. What's up, everyone? Thank you for watching that video. If you want to see more of the latest and greatest tech news, you can subscribe to our main Techno Buffalo channel by clicking the button right down below in my pants region, or click on the buttons to your right to see more videos.